Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. Happy 2023, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Compliance News for our first working day of the new year, January 2, 2023, the Technical Debt Edition. And we begin with that story from the New York Times as what is a technical debt? It's where a company doesn't invest in technology and uses tech systems that are obsolete. And that's what caused the massive meltdown at SW Airlines, stranding literally thousands and disrupting travel for almost the entire United States. So when you skimp on tech, you're eventually going to pay the price, and Southwest is going to be paying this price for a long, long time. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, the CEO of the freight forwarding company Geodis says that global forces are continuing to reshape trade flows and that she expects supply chains to grow even more complex in a changing geopolitical and business landscape. That's certainly something that I've been saying for a year or so now, and this has significant implications for the compliance practitioner because it means more risk in your supply chain. So if you're not already a part of your supply chain oversight, you might want to consider that for 2023. Next up, from the Financial Times, the South African power company Eskom is corrupt and failing, and it's a picture of South Africa in miniature, says David Pilling, writing in the Financial Times. The company can't keep the lights on in South Africa, literally, and without reliable power, the country cannot generate the economic growth needed to tackle the problems of poverty and social injustice that are the festering legacy of apartheid and now the African National Congress. So hopefully the current government can clean this up, but President Ramaphosa obviously has his own problems. And until the ANC admits to its own corruption and the corruption problems for the country, it's going to be a long road to hoe. And finally, our last article also comes to us from the Financial Times. And it is a Republican congressman says the sale of TikTok to a U.S. company could help avoid an outright ban. The Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher has introduced legislation to ban TikTok in the U.S. and said the sale to an American company would be an acceptable outcome. Of course, TikTok is well known as Chinese ownership, and it has been able to skirt numerous export control issues somehow, but hens may come to roost under this Republican House, and it'll be interesting to see what the reaction of all of Congress is. Once again, happy 2023 to everyone. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.